What's going on, culés? Welcome back to BlaugranaZzone, your destination for all things Football Club Barcelona. So today, obviously, we had the game against Real Betis. Real Betis are an opponent that so in our last two games against Real Betis, we tied against them and we beat them 4-1. So I thought this game could go either way, right? Especially because players like Marc Bartra, Abde, Altimira, players love to leave Barca and then turn up like crazy against us. Even Hector Bellerin had good games for Betis when he left us. But either way, as you guys know, Real Betis suffered a shark attack. Ferran Torres hat trick in 40 minutes. Glorious game. This game had really everything you wanted in it. It had goalie heroics. It had fantastic goals. There were multiple penalties. It was a great game from top to bottom. I think both teams delivered. Really, it was entertainment. Honestly, like I hate watching games that end 0-0 because it feels like you're just sitting there like this, waiting for one of them to do something. Just 90 minutes of. So it was very fun to watch these teams go out there, put everything on the line. This lineup, obviously Hansi Flick is rotating players, shaking up the lineup, but I liked it. I liked how strong we came out. This CB pairing of Cubarsí and Gerard Martin, I'm really enjoying. I think I'm not sure that we had like two young guys at CBs like this, but considering Cubarsí, maybe this is his third year, fourth year, something like that. Might be Lamin's third or fourth, I'm not sure, but like maybe he's not considered a young guy anymore. Maybe he's like a vet compared to Gerard Martin, right? I really like that young center back pairing. But let's just jump right into the lineup. So Joan Garcia, goalkeeper, obviously. From left to right, Alejandro Balde, Gerard Martin, and Pau Cubarsí, and Jules Kounde. We had Pedri and Eric Garcia as our CDMs, and Rooney Bargi as a cam. And then from left to right at the attackers, we had Rashford, Ferran Torres in the middle, and Lamine Yamal to the right. I really like that we were able to rest Rafinha. I really don't want Rafinha to like suffer any type of strain, any further injury, anything that can sideline him for further when we need him later in the season. We really need him later in the season. But anyway, the game started off pretty well, right? Both teams going back and forth, but Kounde, I think what Kounde did was he committed too much to a defensive play and he was slow getting back while the ball was still in play in the penalty area. So why would you not hustle back when you already kicked the ball in play in the penalty area? So whatever, he's lacking coming back and he's playing Anthony onside. Anthony finds the ball. I don't know how. He shoots it. Really, I think he was going to rocket it. And by luck, honestly, he got it right into the net. And I was pissed off because it was 6 minutes into the game. But whatever, 6 minutes. I honestly was like, bro, like, we're not going to do the same thing we did last season. Like, this is not last season's team. Like, we can't go down early and then expect to come back every time. But as soon as I said that, Lamine, Eric, and Kounde pass, that connection was beautiful. While Kounde's making the run, he goes to Lamine, Lamine to Eric, Eric back to Kounde. It opens up wide, and he finds Ferran. Brilliant pass for that goal. Brilliant finish from Ferran. Ferran Torres is a player where his highlights are going to be insane, but his misses compilation is going to be just as insane because his goal was absolutely beautiful. Great touch from Ferran. And then literally not even 2 minutes later, Kounde runs again, allowing space for Rooney Bargi to cross into Ferran Torres for a very athletic finish. I think if Ferran Torres, if he just thought about it and was like, I want to make this look cool, he could have jumped and looked real acrobatic with it. But I understand, like, maybe that could have made him miss the goal. So I understand, very athletic finish anyway. Like, he was like one-legged, like, athletic-ass finish. Great goal for Ferran. Makes it 2-1 by, like, minute 13. So obviously, we all knew this is going to be a goal festival. Gerard Martin was holding his own really at left center back, especially against strikers who are bigger than him, players who are bigger than him, like Cucho from Betis. I really didn't like how Bartra was fouling so hard, the way that Abde like took out Kounde towards the end of the game. I thought that they were playing very dirty. I understand they were frustrated, but it's like, bro, we already have the game in hand. What do you gain by doing these dirty ass plays? What do you gain actually other than hated by the club that really made you? Altimira, that yellow card was extremely dirty. Yeah, I had nothing good to say about them, honestly. Joan Garcia, some amazing saves when it comes to 1v1s. I would go as far as to say that players should be scared of going 1v1 with Joan Garcia because he's going to feign right, he's going to feign left, and he likes to take risks. He's a big risk taker because he knows that attackers are going to get into their own head in a 1v1 against him because he takes those risks. And more times than not, the risk pays off. So Joan Garcia, honestly, amazing player. He leaves his box when he has to. Super smooth with his feet under pressure. He doesn't even look like he's under pressure. The passes from Barça looking real smooth. The team was looking confident, especially with the lead that we had. Rooney finding himself slowly on the team, I think, was also very nice to see. Lamine takes defenders with him so easily, so smoothly, especially for a kid at his age. There was a play where he takes with him about 3 defenders, and then while they foul him, he finds Pedri for the pass. Pedri finds Rooney Bargi with a smooth pass right down the middle. Couldn't have served it to him on a plate cleaner. Just take the goal, my friend. Rooney Bargi does a clean finish in a tight area because the goalie's coming to the right side, and Rooney shoots to the right side anyway with all the confidence in the world. Makes it another goal. His first goal of the season, actually, but he's had other goal involvements. He had some great assists. It was very nice to see him finding his place in the game, kind of finding himself among the squad. But we could have had more goals. We could have had various more goals. Even though that the passes were looking smooth, when we had these passes for goal, we would either rocket it, we would lose the ball. Ferran did this, Rashford did this, Rooney did this. This game, if Lewandowski and Rafinha played this game, we could have maybe scored 10. And that's being kind, that we could have maybe scored 10. But then Pedri had that nice pass to Rooney. And Pedri, once again, had a beautiful pass to Ferran Torres. It was the Pedri show in the first half anyway. It was the Pedri show. And he finds Ferran Torres. Beautiful shot, hat trick for Ferran. And he could have had more goals. Like I was saying previously, Ferran could have had 4 or 5 goals, honestly, if he really tried to. But like I said, his compilations for his misses and his goals will both be insane. This game could have had more goals if we had better finishing. Rashford was the most frustrating today because he honestly had 2 1v1s. 2 1v1s where the goalie kind of chased him until he went out of the box. And then one where he just lost the ball to a defender. There was various parts of the game where there were bad calls. Barca were really off the mark defensively at some point, and the penalty call that we got was a bit shaky where Rashford has the ball and he goes to shoot. Marc Bartra goes to slide tackle in front of him. But I kind of understand that the way he went to slide tackle was kind of crazy because he's going with both arms up as if he knows it's going to deflect and shoot up. So that's the point where I understand, okay, it hits his arm. Hey, we should call that pen, because we've called stupider pens against Barca and against other teams. This is maybe the first one that I see that you could argue was called for us rather than no, play on or whatever. But honestly, even without the penalty, we win the game. So I don't think that people should be crying too much about it. The way that Lamine went for the penalty, super calm, super composed. I think that him having misses with the national team and with Barca earlier this season has maybe shaken him to his core, maybe made him practice more. And you could obviously see it in his composure, in his smooth finishing. I really liked his penalty take today. The only thing I really liked about the penalty today, because I wasn't too sure about the call, is that Marc Bartra conceded it, because I really dislike how he turns up against us and then has generational stinkers against every other team. Joan Garcia, when he runs out to kick Abde's long ball, I think he gets to the ball first. I think it should have never been a card. I don't even think it should have been a foul. I think it was great goalkeeping. I think Joan Garcia is one of the best goalkeepers in La Liga. Even with the injury, he can come back and win goalkeeper of the season. That's just my opinion, because I see him week in and week out. The corner was very well taken from Real Betis. They caught our defense asleep, honestly. They caught Christensen asleep. They caught Ferran asleep. And honestly, it was at the end of the game, so I couldn't really blame them. And we were winning by a very large margin, and we could have gotten more, but I wasn't angry. They caught us asleep, fine, but what did you do really? Chip away at a lead that you were never going to tie against? That's why I wasn't really too pissed. And Rashford could have made it 6 very late in the game. He had another 1v1 just to allow the goalie to get the better of him. And then Kounde, towards the dying minutes of the game, concedes a very stupid foul. Kounde started the game terrible, had a good game, and then ended the game terrible. Because he was honestly having a good game after he let Anthony stay on side in order to Betis to get the lead very early. He did that, and then he does this stupid foul towards the end of the game, committing a foul that he really didn't have to commit, because I think that the guy that was running, he wasn't going to catch that ball, not comfortably anyway. And then who was he going to pass to? I think that was very stupid of Kounde. Both teams had their dumb moments today. Obviously, Betis, they make that penalty. They ended the game 5-3. Both teams had very stupid moments, but I think that Barça was just able to take advantage of their moments. They were able to put away all of their chances, well, most of their chances. And that's why we got this win. We got this win, honestly, because we were the sharper team today. Yeah, because both teams had their dumb moments, but we were the team that was sharper, maybe more ready, maybe more driven, honestly, because we've been on a pretty good streak outside that Chelsea game. I will try to never mention it again, but it's stuck in my mind. I want to know who your guys' MVP of the match today is. Honestly, mine, it might be Pedri, but it might be Joan Garcia. I see a very strong case for both of them. I want to say Joan Garcia, but I can't give it to him every game because I know he's going to put on this kind of performance every game. From Pedri, I know he will as well, but our attackers love to waste his chances. So the fact that he registered the 2 assists, I might have to give MVP of the match to Pedri. Let me know what you guys think of my takes from this game. I want to know what you guys are thinking in those comments. Let me know who was your MVP of the match. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to BlaugranaZzone. Y Visca Barça.